Hello, I'm David Cheston with 98.9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, China is a bit of a crossroads economically. But first today, the overnight dairy auction is piling on some pressure on the industry. It came in with a 2% overall drop, but in New Zealand dollars, the overall prices were down 3.2%. That means overall prices are now 12.5% lower in US dollar terms than this time last year and 9.5% in New Zealand dollar terms. The key whole milk powder price is down almost 3% today, and this is important because more than half the product being auctioned is whole milk powder. Whole milk powder prices in New Zealand dollars sank below $4,000 a tonne for the first time in 2018 and only the second time since October 2016. The quantity sold of 42,400 tonnes was the highest since August 2015. But don't forget that auction sales only account for about 30% of Fonterra's sales volume, and other dairy companies offer product at these auctions. Today's auction result won't be helping farmgate milk prices, however. In the US, they are voting in midterm elections. Results won't become clear until much later today. The S&P 500, however, is up 0.5%, and the US Treasury 10-year yield is also up. Investors don't seem nervous about how it will turn out. In Canada, building permits edged higher in September, reversing a downward track the month earlier, and came in above analysts' expectations. Non-residential gains were stronger, but residential permits rose more than expected as well. Despite this, September 2018 levels are still 0.5% lower than September 2017. In China, and in a bit of a backtrack from yesterday, a senior official has said that they will talk to the Americans about trade and respond to American criticisms. And closer to home, their central bank has said it is worried about the sharp spike in short-term consumer loans. They grew by 20% in 2017, and authorities worry about the stress this is imposing on people buying things with money they don't have. Further, the head of an influential state-backed think tank has forecast that China's economic expansion may be entering a long-term downward spiral, as all three engines of growth, that's investment, exports and consumption, they all slow down. And international investors are growing tired of empty Chinese reform declarations. Growth strengthened in the world's services sector in October in a giant survey released overnight. In fact, it was revealed that activity is rising at a faster rate and new business growth is stable, and import prices are also rising faster. This October result was the first improvement in 4 months. Now Italy is the only country contracting. Yesterday the RBA left its official rates unchanged yet again, but its outlook was decidedly upbeat. It forecast faster economic growth for Australia and that by 2020 the unemployment rate will fall to its lowest level since the GFC. The RBNZ will give its assessment on Thursday, and if it is also as upbeat, the chances are that the next rate changes here will be a rise. The US Treasury 10-year yield is up 1 basis point to 3.21%. Their 2-10 curve is at 29 basis points. The Aussie government 10-year is at 2.73%, unchanged. The Chinese government 10-year is at 3.54%, down 2 basis points, while the New Zealand government 10-year is at 2.67%, and that's also unchanged. Gold is down another $3 overnight to $1,226 an ounce. US oil prices are sharply lower today at just over $61.70 a barrel, a fall of about $1.50 a barrel. The Brent benchmark is now just over $71.70 a barrel, also sinking. The Kiwi dollar is starting today a little firmer at 66.7 US cents. On the crossroads run changed at 92.4 Aussie cents and the same at 58.4 euro cents. That leaves the TWI at 71. I'm David Cheston. That was 98.9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.